Hula is basically my life. I mean, there was points in time when like I would go to hula every day and like nothing, eat, sleep, hula.
A lot of people like the culture, like the dancing, they see all the fun part of it, but to me it's a deeper, to really learn all the other stuff behind the dance and the number. The first question is, oh, so you wear the coconuts and the grass skirts? And, then I always tell them, no, it's a lot deeper than that. And we definitely don't just wear coconuts and grass skirts.
That's not at all hula, like it's difficult because Kumu teaches us like traditional hula.
It's a way of life. It's a way that will soothe your soul. It's a being. It's something that once you grasp it, you can't let go because it's so much aloha. And that's truly what it is. It's the love of life. And that's the way I put it.
I mean, she'll have like her own like ideas and she'll try to, mix it in, but her whole basis is traditional hula. Like
what you learn is very sacred, and it should be looked at when you're learning, especially in Kahiko, like a religion. It's a religion, and that's how it should be respected. I'm traditional. It's hard for me to sway from that because that's what I was brought up on, and that's what I try to instill in the Hamanas today, traditional. It actually came from my dance studio back in Hawaii. The name of the studio there was called the Llima Hula Studio. So when I moved, I had to think of a name of the studio, so I called it Napua Llima o Kehalani. And the Napua is the meaning is the flower of Llima, which means I am the blossom of the Llima Hula Studio. But I also put my name of Kehalani. So the flower Llima of Kehalani is the name of the studio. And Kehalani means the morning dew of heaven. So all of that blended within my whole lineage of hula. And that's why I picked that name.
the halau is really loving, and it's seriously a huge ohana, like the biggest ohana I've ever been a part of.
I think it makes kids stronger because I watch them as they grow. When you take that whole concept of being ohana within the halau, you take that with you wherever you go, whether it's school, work, or home. Some of that stuff go home with them.
We call each other hula sisters. That's what we are. I mean, we get mad at each other. We love each other. We argue, but we love each other in that hula sister kind of way.
The hula mau, the competition that we just did in Long Beach, every year it's very stressful, the preparation.
But you always respect comments. It's just constructive criticism. They only want you to do the best because they know and they can see that you can do your best.
So I've given you the tool, I've given you the knowledge, I've given you as much as I can give you. Now I want some of that back. I want it from you. I want to stand with my head tall when I come off that stage and say, okay, that's Napua. Not necessarily win, but to feel proud that you guys did a fabulous job out there. Everybody has a different view for competition. Some people are really competition, but I'm not. I think competition is good for you because you get to see what else is out there. You get to see what levels there are. You get to share the knowledge with those people, and you get to know them. And I think that's the fun part of it.
And other than the dance, we learn the culture. Every single thing you wear when you dance, like hula, especially hula kahiko, like everything, all of your garments, like they all each mean something important, like the color. Like one year we wore purple, and purple is actually symbolizing royalty. So there's always something. Like we wore ni'ihau shells to represent like the islands. If you buy the costumes, you never really learn how to make it, and you don't get to experience what what they did back then in ancient times. Like we actually get to be hands-on. Like this is how my kumu did it and her kumu did it, and it's nice to just be passed on the knowledge.
They better understand that it's not just the dance, it's everything with it. Because you have to feel it, you have to touch it, you have to eat it, you have to smell it. And then when you do, then all that come into one. And when the person dances, then you see all of those things. That's what I teach.
Being able to share what you learn and put it out there to others who don't necessarily know what hula and the Hawaiian culture is all about.
It's just the feeling of performing and doing what you love. That's what keeps me there.
I can't substitute it for anything else, being able to learn something and then portray it on stage, and hopefully the viewers understand what you're doing or can see the story behind what you're trying to do. I think I was 23 when I started. Most of the girls, when they start off dancing, they're little kids, they're keikis, and they're like, 5 years old, 6 years old.
The one that really keeps me going is the little ones. And because they're our future, they're the ones who will be the next generation. And we've already gone through 3 of them. So to see the growth of the young ones and the love that they have and the interest and the funny things that come out of their mouths, but they're the best. And I think that's what keeps me grounded with it, is to know that the young ones are coming in eagerly to learn the culture and the dances, because I know they're continually coming, and passing this information on.
It's not about the competition, or it's not about like who's the best dancer in the halau. It's just what you take from it.
Whatever I learn, I hope that I learn it correctly and that I can portray that to the next person, to the younger ones who are growing up, and that, they want to know the same way. That's why it's very important that if you are going to do hula and perform it and share it with others, that you perpetuate the correct ways of doing it.
It has to be passed. It cannot be kept one place. If you don't pass it on, then your generation dies. That's it. Who's going to be the ones to teach it? Who's going to be the ones to continue it?